Virgo, the sixth sign of the zodiac, is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, intellect, and the mind. Known as the sign of the Virgin, Virgo represents purity, self-sufficiency, and an unwavering commitment to service. While often seen as meticulous and practical, Virgo also embodies a deep love of detail, a longing for order, and a desire to make the world a better, more functional place. Virgos are grounded, logical, and analytical, with an almost obsessive attention to precision. They don't just focus on the bigger picture, they thrive in the fine details, the nitty-gritty of life that others may overlook. Virgos take pride in their ability to create structure and find solutions to problems, which makes them excellent at organizing chaos and bringing clarity to confusion. At their best, Virgos are helpful, reliable, and diligent, often working tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure everything runs smoothly. They are the unsung heroes, the ones who quietly make things happen with grace, humility, and impeccable competence. Virgos are often perceived as reserved, quiet, and serious, but their thoughtful nature and dry wit are often revealed once they feel comfortable. While other signs may rely on instinct or intuition, Virgo's approach to life is governed by logic and reason. They take their time to process information and carefully weigh every option before making decisions. For Virgo, details matter, and they are meticulous in every aspect of their lives, from the work they produce to the way they organize their surroundings. The perfectionist. At the heart of Virgo is a drive for perfection. Whether it's in their work, relationships, or personal life, Virgos are constantly striving to improve, to make things better, and to perfect their craft. This can often lead them to set high standards for themselves and others, sometimes to the point of being overly critical or self-judgmental. But this perfectionism is not about vanity or ego. It's a deep-seated need to be of service, to make things right, and to contribute to the world in meaningful ways. However, this pursuit of perfection can also be Virgo's greatest challenge. The desire to achieve flawlessness can lead to a fear of failure, and Virgos may become overly critical of themselves or others when things don't meet their exacting standards. It can also lead to overthinking, as they analyze every detail and second-guess their decisions. The key for Virgo is learning to embrace the idea that perfection is not always attainable, and that sometimes, good enough is truly enough. Practicality and realism. Virgo is an earth sign, which means that practicality is one of their strongest traits. They are grounded, realistic, and down-to-earth, with a keen sense of what is achievable and what is not. Virgos approach problems in a systematic, methodical way. They analyze every detail and create step-by-step solutions to ensure the best outcome. Whether it's organizing their workspace or planning a long-term project, Virgos excel at creating order out of chaos. Their practical mindset makes them invaluable in the workplace and in relationships. They often take on the role of the organizer, the planner, the one who makes sure everything is running efficiently and effectively. Virgos are deeply reliable, and you can always count on them to follow through on their commitments and responsibilities. Sensitivity and self-criticism. While Virgos are often seen as rational and logical, they are also deeply sensitive, though they may not always show it. Virgo's emotional world is often internalized, and they may have a tendency to keep their feelings private, especially when they feel vulnerable or insecure. They are often their own harshest critics, feeling guilty for things they did not do or second-guessing whether they could have done something better. This self-criticism is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it drives them to achieve high standards and excel in everything they do. On the other hand, it can create anxiety and stress, especially if Virgo feels they are not meeting their own expectations. Virgo must learn to be kinder to themselves, to accept their imperfections, and to understand that their worth is not measured solely by their ability to perfect everything. Virgo is often seen as reserved or cautious in relationships. They are not the type to rush into love, but instead prefer to take their time and get to know someone on a deeper level before fully committing. They are deeply loyal and will often go to great lengths to support and care for their loved ones. However, their cautious nature can sometimes make them appear distant or emotionally unavailable, especially if they are afraid of being vulnerable. The loyal companion. Once Virgo commits to someone, they are incredibly loyal and dedicated. They may not express their love in grand gestures, but their love is shown through action, taking care of their partner, offering practical support, and always being there when they are needed. Virgos are not necessarily the most emotionally expressive sign, but their love is deep, sincere, and unwavering. Virgos also seek stability and security in relationships. They want a partner they can rely on, someone who shares their values and commitment to creating a well-organized, harmonious life together. Virgos' practicality and attention to detail can make them an ideal partner when it comes to managing the day-to-day aspects of life, such as finances, household chores, or planning for the future. Criticality and perfectionism in love. While Virgo's critical eye can be a great asset, it can also be a challenge in relationships. Virgos may become overly critical of their partner, especially if they feel things are not being done right or if their partner is not living up to their high standards. This can lead to feelings of frustration, misunderstanding, or even resentment. Virgos' perfectionism can also extend to their partner's behavior, which may make them seem demanding or nitpicky at times. It's important for Virgo to remember that no one is perfect, and relationships are about love, acceptance, and growth, not about achieving flawlessness. Virgo is one of the most capable and competent signs in the zodiac. In the workplace, Virgos excel in roles that require attention to detail, organization, and problem-solving. Whether they are managing a project, organizing data, or offering support to colleagues, Virgos are the ones who get things done with precision and efficiency. The analyst. Virgos' natural analytical abilities make them excellent at tasks that require critical thinking and attention to detail. They have a sharp mind and an innate ability to break down complex problems into manageable parts. This makes them especially skilled in fields such as medicine, research, finance, education, and technology. They are often the ones who notice the small details that others may overlook, which gives them an edge in problem-solving and decision-making. The worker bee. Virgos are often the backbone of any team. They are incredibly hard-working, dedicated, and committed to seeing projects through to completion. They don't seek the limelight or recognition. They prefer to work behind the scenes, quietly ensuring everything is running smoothly. Virgos take pride in doing things the right way, and their reliability makes them a valuable asset in any workplace. However, Virgos may sometimes struggle with delegation, as they feel it's easier to do things themselves rather than trust others. This can lead to burnout, as they take on more than they can handle. Learning to trust others and accept that things don't have to be perfect is a crucial lesson for Virgo in their professional life. The symbol of Virgo is the Virgin, a representation of purity, independence, and self-sufficiency. Virgo is often associated with Demeter, the Greek goddess of harvest and agriculture, symbolizing Virgo's connection to the earth and their desire to bring order and structure to the world around them. Like Demeter, Virgo has a deep connection to nature and the cycle of life and is often seen as the nurturer, providing support and care to others. In the body, Virgo rules the digestive system, particularly the stomach and intestines. This connection to digestion symbolizes Virgo's tendency to process and analyze everything in their life, including their emotions and experiences. Virgos can be highly sensitive to what they take in, whether it's food, information, or emotions. They need to ensure that everything they consume is clean, pure, and aligned with their values. At their best, Virgo is a practical and service-oriented individual, driven by a desire to help and improve the world around them. However, Virgo must learn to balance their drive for perfection with the understanding that imperfection is an inherent part of life. By embracing this truth, Virgo can release their inner critic and learn to find peace and contentment in the process, not just the outcome. Virgo must move from perfectionism to self-acceptance, criticality to compassion, control to trusting the flow. They are here to learn that true perfection isn't about flawless execution, but about embracing the beauty in life's imperfections and finding grace in the messiness of being human. The evolutionary path of Virgo is one of moving from perfectionism to embracing the beauty of imperfection. Virgo's natural inclination is toward order, precision, and self-improvement, often striving for perfection in both their work and themselves. However, their growth comes when they learn to accept the flaws and unpredictability of life. Virgo must discover that true service is not about perfection but about offering their talents with compassion and humility. Over time, Virgo learns to trust in the process, allowing themselves and others to grow without the constant pressure of achieving flawlessness. Their evolution involves developing a sense of self-compassion and realizing that their value is not dependent on how perfect they can make the world but on their ability to help others in meaningful, grounded ways.